How's it going, everybody? This is Eddie, and I got another Minecraft video for you today. We start by turning down my sound and taking a sleep. This one is going to be about some interesting properties I discovered in one of the last videos that I recorded actually yesterday. And before I go any farther, let me say I have a pretty bad cough, so if I cough in the middle of this, I'm sorry. But it was this video about the maze idea, where I discovered that note blocks, I actually discovered this while recording the videos, that note blocks catch fire but don't burn up, sort of. And I'm going to explain a little bit about what the experimenting I've done with that and a potential use for it. So I've put a setup here with some various tests, and I will explain it to you now. So this, I use stone as a normal block. Sorry. So stone as a normal block, when you have lava on it, every now and then, very rarely, but every now and then, a spark will fly out of the lava and put fire. I should actually get one of these to demonstrate. Actually, you know what? Just because I'm in creative mode for fun, we're going to use a fire charge. It will do something like this. And the top of the stone will catch fire. Now, if it's a wooden object, like wood, if I can do this correctly, just need some lava. Sorry, I forgot to set this part up beforehand. I'll place it all around. Lava does take a long time to burn things. There we go. But not if it's wood. And the wood will eventually excuse me, will eventually burn up and break, because that's what happens when wood catches on fire. So that didn't take that long to be caught on fire, because it is a wooden object, and I don't know why it's not burning. That's weird. Should be burned by now, I think. Yep. So maybe this works with all wooden things. No, I don't think so, because I actually tested this a little while ago. Perhaps if it's surrounded by lava. I don't know why this is burning for so long, but point is, if it's a wooden thing, it'll burn up and the block will break. Now, some blocks are made of wood, but they don't burn like normal wood. And I found two examples of these, and that was note blocks, obviously, from the previous video, and crafting tables. I also attempted to use chests, but those did not work. So basically, the result is that randomly, but with a considerable amount of frequency, like more than a normal block, much more than a normal block, crafting tables and note blocks, when they're put at the same level as lava, there'll be fire on top of them, and then after a while the fire will burn out. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe we'll check back at the end of the video and see what's going on with that. And so normal blocks, very rare, maybe even with stone, never. I know I've seen it on sandstone, but so yeah, crafting table and furnaces. These are the properties that it has. And I thought of one use for this. I don't know what exactly you'd use it for, but basically a way to convert this, I should say. Hold on. Allow me, this is going to be a brief tutorial on bud switches too, I guess. Allow me to get some materials here for a bud switch. Where's there's sand, and we'll use just dirt and a torch and a repeater, and a sticky piston. Okay, so if we head over here, and if we place the sticky piston in the ground, piece of glass, oops, no, and piece of sand on top of it, and then we place 2 torches like this, okay, and then, or not torches, I mean, place dirt blocks. And now we just need a piece of redstone. Don't need the glowstone probably. Oops. Why did that fire? I don't know why that fired, but oh, the piece of redstone. Alright, so redstone here. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. Oh, well. Okay, well, alright. Bud switch basics. A bud switch, or block update switch, or bud detector, or something like that, is basically when a piston is basically kind of a bug that is never going to be fixed because it was announced that it was never going to be fixed. But it's basically when a piston gets powered diagonally like this. For any means possible, if you power the block diagonal of the piston, so this torch is powering the wire, which is powering the block underneath it, which is diagonal from the piston, then any block update around this piston is going to cause it to change on, or to extend. Now if I change it some more, it's not going to change. And if you unpower it, so now the red wire isn't powered, so the block isn't powered, the piston stays extended, and any block update will cause it to retract. So that general idea is how you get a bud switch working. Now, with this one, we have the power on by default. It's a little bit different than the one we just did. And this is the output here. So it's on by default because the torch is powering the repeater, which is powering the block, which is powering the wire, and that's the output. And this wire is powering this block, which is diagonal from the piston. So it is a block update detector. Now, with this, if this sand piece were glass, it would not, the signal would not carry through, and this would turn off. So the idea is that when you cause a block update, the piston pushes up, and the piston pushes up, and you get this to flicker off. So, for example, oh, I forgot I was in creative mode. Damn. I was about to gnaw through that. Oops, no, stop. Alright. Let me try this again. There we go. Alright, so if you place a block, up and down. Now, I believe if I extend this... No. Well, okay. Yeah, so I guess extending it doesn't really do anything. Because it's all about... Yeah, that wouldn't do anything. So that's another... So this is, I guess... I would call a modification of the one we built over here a toggle bud switch, meaning a block update happens and it toggles on or off. This one is a pulse, where it just flickers, either on or off. So that's the basics of bud switches. And if we break that and don't need these anymore, sorry, now I have the hiccups. Here we got a redstone ore that possibly you would acquire with Silk Touch. If you right click on redstone ore, it lights up. If you stand on redstone ore, it lights up. If you were in survival mode and if you left click on it, it would also light up, I believe. So this, it stays on for a random amount. So if we create a floor here of redstone ore, and let's see, Some of it, I think placing a block next to it too caused it to light up, maybe? No. Well, I'm not sure what. Oh, I'm right clicking on it to add more ore, so that's causing it to light up. So there's a, if we just kind of run along here and power most of them, you can see that they're kind of turning off at random, like you would see them turn off in the same from this viewpoint left to right, but it's not because it's random. So it's time to sleep again. So that allows the redstone ore. Also, I think that flickers randomly. Oh no, that was just the redstone ore turning off. So it causes a block update when it goes on and when it goes off. So if you turn the redstone ore on with a right click or by standing on it, kind of like a pressure plate, it'll stay on, and then after a random amount of time it'll turn off, causing a block update to trigger this. And this was kind of a standard way, or this is, I should say, a standard way to kind of make a random timer, a random generator. So you pick a start point, and after a random amount of time it stops. So one flicker, but it's still on. But if this was off, then I'd cause the update with the one click, and it would pulse once for start, and then after a random amount of time pulse again for stop. Now, if you don't have Silk Touch or whatever reason, but for whatever reason you don't want to use that system, allow me to turn my sounds up again. I know, sorry, this might be annoying, but I want you to hear the note block. I have developed, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's utilized this. I don't know of any other uses. I haven't seen anything like this before, so I hope I'm the first. If not, then I'm not, and yeah. But that was a perfect example. So using what we talked about in the very beginning with a crafting table or a note block, in lava, I guess I don't really need this much lava. The note block or crafting table in there, down there, will catch fire randomly and turn off, and each one of those is a block update in the block above the note block crafting table. So as long as you put the piston lower, which is why this is sunken into the ground, then randomly this will fire on and off, which you will be able to hear from the note block right there. And this happens with a lot more frequency than the redstone does, because this lasts a long time. So it's kind of like it's kind of the same thing as redstone ore, except shorter intervals. And yeah, I think that could potentially be useful. Unfortunately, it is a lot bigger than just putting the one block in there. I suppose you could probably get away with doing something like this. I don't know how much the amount of neighboring lava affects the speed of how often it turns off and on. I would imagine it was pretty drastically, which is why I surrounded it. But I didn't really play around with that, so I could be wrong about that. And it's TNT crater. And yeah, so hopefully this has been a short video. I think I had to sleep, and I think I started it right after sleeping or right before sleeping, so at least 10 minutes, which is unfortunate because I was trying to get away with like 2 minutes. But yep, so yeah, I'd love to see if anyone can actually utilize this for something awesome as opposed to just displaying it. And if anyone else has done this before, then, and because right now, since this seems like something that I discovered such wildly by chance, because honestly, who uses note blocks unless you're using it to make a song? So I didn't see how anyone would be combining note blocks and lava. And so I'm, for right now, going to claim this as a new idea. If it's not a new idea, if this is totally old news, then let me know, and I'll you know, give credit to whoever deserves this credit, and if no one deserves this credit, if it's not even a useful thing, for all I know it might not even be useful, maybe the time is the same with Redstone Ore, maybe there is an easier random number, or a random timer, then, you know, whatever, but either way, I thought it was interesting. It was an aspect of the game, aspect of the game I didn't know existed. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.